last episode of When Life Gives You Tangerines gave us a heartwarming and beautiful ending, making us cry once again, even until the very end. Hae-joon and gwan-sik finally enjoyed the fruits of their labor, their family became stable, Gam-young became CEO, and Eun-young and his wife settled down while also helping Hae-joon and gwan-sik with their business. Hae-joon and gwan-sik found closure for Dong-myung by visiting his grave. After years of being unable to talk about him, they finally did, and Hae-joon even wrote a poem dedicated to him. However, their happiness was short-lived when gwan-sik was suddenly diagnosed with cancer, already in its advanced stages, leading to kidney failure. He underwent treatment, with Hae-joon personally taking him to the hospital, but his health continued to deteriorate. One night, gwan-sik asked Gam-young to stay by his side, and they talked all night about how wonderful her mother, Hae-joon, was. At last, he asked her to take care of Hae-joon for him. Gam-young refused to listen, unwilling to say to her father, believing he would recover. Eventually, she broke down, crying and apologizing for the little things, like how she sometimes got annoyed with them or how she would rush to hang up the phone. Gwan-sik reassured her by patting her back, letting her know he never took it to heart. When Gwan-sik returned home, the family welcomed him with teary smiles, trying not to cry. Later, Gam-young appeared on TV as a guest lecturer, where she spoke about Hae-joon and Gwan-sik, honoring their journey. We also got a glimpse of a museum dedicated to the history and resilience of Jeju's hae-joon. Hae-joon published her first poetry book. That night, Gwan-sik sat outside their apartment, reading it alone, tears streaming down his face. Hae-joon gently asked if he was happy, and in response, Gwan-sik mimicked her signature hand gestures, just as she would when saying she was happy. Hae-joon laughed, and they spent time together. As Gwan-sik's final days approached, Hae-joon lay beside him in bed, crying as he softly patted her shoulder and sang to her one last time. When his condition worsened, he was rushed to the hospital, with Hae-joon, their son, and their daughter crying by his side. In his final moments, as he lay in the ICU, he looked at Hae-joon standing outside the room, tears streaming down her face as she watched him. In that moment, they saw their younger selves as they bid their final goodbye. After Gwan-sik passed away, the void he left was overwhelming for Hae-joon. She stayed in their apartment, but she continued to live and move forward. Fast forward to 2025, now in her 70s, Hae-joon returned to their old house in Jeju. The ending was heartwarming, as we saw Gam-young and Eun-young visiting Hae-joon in Jeju, and we learned that her poetry collection had been officially published, thanks to Gam-young submitting it to an publishing chief editor company named Chloe Lee. Later, it was revealed that Chloe Lee bore a striking resemblance to Hae-joon's mother. She was also the child of the couple Gam-young had once seen on TV in the 90s, talking about first love. This same child had found the ring Hae-joon had thrown into the rapeseed field after a fight with Gwan-sik. She was also the little girl who once bought squid with her mother from Hae-joon at the market. As Chloe read Hae-joon's poetry, she unexpectedly started crying, wondering why. She then said she just felt proud of Hae-joon. Hae-joon told Gam-young that she was content with her life and that it would have been a shame if she had given up halfway. She was glad she had lived through everything, embracing her poetry collection with happiness. Through Gam-young's narration, we learned that Hae-joon lived the rest of her days happy and content. In the final scene, we saw Hae-joon and Gwan-sik in their 20s, taking a photo in the rapeseed field, happily talking about their future, promising that they would do everything as long as they were together. And with that, this beautiful story came to an end.